we're going to be having a look at standing guard passes today, and we're going to go through some fundamentals about how to get to the standing position, why it's so good. So anytime that my hands are on the belt and I want to stand, I have to move backwards. Anytime that my hands are on the chest or armpits, I can bounce up. So if we have the full guard from here and my hands are on the belt, if I try and stand up now, my shoulders, my head generally has to come forward, which makes it easier for Wes to break me down. So anytime I'm kind of pushing here, knees come forward, I kind of get broken down. So if I'm going the general lock, which is on the belt of the gi pants, first things first is 45 degrees backwards here, and I initiate the standing guard pass. I do want to pop up where I'm like a combat kind of style stance, so a staggered stance, so my feet to come together. So the first one, and my partner's generally going to keep their legs locked on me pretty tight. So this is that real stubborn one. So 45 degrees backwards, knee in the butt. And I try, and like, man, this guy's really, I'm having a lot of trouble breaking the guard open. So hands go back to the belt, step up, but wide. This makes it harder for them to grab my leg to back sweep. And as they do that, it generally puts their weight onto my right hand side, which makes that step up easier as well. And there's a fair bit of pressure. I do make sure my elbows are towards the inside. I don't want them to swing to arm bars, definitely don't want to swing to triangles, etc. The beautiful thing about it is that my elbows are quite a distance from the hip. So even if they do swing for the arm bar, like West Coast arm bar, my elbow's kind of out, which makes it so I've got a little bit of time to start to run with the guard. One more time. So full guard. Start with elbows in, pushing. I'm not pushing up, I'm pushing down. If I push up, the belt slides, my hand slides, so my elbows go to a better position. So I'm kind of almost locking it into the stomach. 45 degrees backwards, shoulders high, knee in the butt. Trying to pass the guard. This guy's got a really good strong guard. Hands go back. Step up one, step up two. From here. Now this is the hardest part. It says start to keep your elbows in and twist. As we're twisting, it's my hips that twist as well. So twist, put pressure on. So once it's open, I'm just popping. I do like to grab the pants. The belt I can kind of move or come undone. So I kind of tend to find like the gi pants is a little bit better. Make sure you just grab the gi pants and nothing else.
Did you hear that, Ian?
Accidents happen. 1, 2, too strong. 1, 2, knee. Like I'm knee riding inside his guard. Control. Now, me personally, is I like to knee smash. So this knee will now take the post and I come over the knee. So I'm inside. It's hard for him to go back to the sweep position because I'll split them up. I do like head control, my weight's generally on the side. So Wesley does try to sweep or move me. It's just guard pass from there. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Yes, sir. Yep. Ian, come here, I'll explain. Thank you, Wes. And a little bit closer legs towards me. You're doing great, buddy. Okay, so the pants grip is, I generally try not to grab here. I try and generally just grab that. I try not to put your hands inside. You're actually not allowed to put your hands inside someone's pants unless they say yes. So wrong. 45 degrees backwards, knee in, try to open up the guard. Ian's got that old man strength, he's 103 years old, can't open up the guard. Hands come back in, step up 1, step up 2, knee right from the side, open up the guard. Ian's already flexible, so this won't bother him at all. Cut the head, my hip goes that way, my knee goes that way. 1, 2, 3. This is the decision and the choice factors that we have to make as a guard player, as a person on the bottom. And once my partner starts to initiate the standing guard pass, if I haven't got controls on the top, right, so if I haven't got my thumb into the back of the gi, so let me just explain my thing. Okay, so if my hand's front side, which you're at 95%, there's nothing stopping Emma's shoulders and head to go backwards and stand up. Besides me trying to put weight on. But if I go thumb in the back and I'm top side of the head, this makes it harder for my partner to posture up. The downfall of that is a lot of the times for me, my attacks are very limited. I'm just going to turn this side on just a fraction. So what generally happens is people kind of get to this bit, and there's nothing really. It's if I can grip break, you know, it's harder. So if Emma can grip break, it's very hard for me to do. Where if I have my hand inside the top of it, I'm able to keep my partner's weight forward, and this is harder for my partner to stand. The downfall about it is from the guard here, for me to get my hand to the back of the collar, it's actually I've got to break them down to get the top side. So that by itself is an issue which we'll deal with a little bit later on. We're going to assume that I'm doing my standard jiu-jitsu, collar and sleeve, which is the most common grip from here. Emma rocks it out, grabs my gi pants and stands up from here. So we've got to work out this idea at the moment, like is, I have choices to attack. Right now, if we're in the black belt and brown belt zone, there's a knee bar on my leg. Right, so the second thing about it is that Emma's weight is onto my hips, so I find this very hard to start to attack. But what I want to do is I want to start to kind of play a different kind of a game. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to keep the grip. Now whether I have the cross grip, whether I switch the grips, whatever, but Emma has to keep the right move at some stage. Right, from here. So what I'm going to do from here is I'm going to walk my hips as far away from Emma as I possibly can, this way. So walk my hips as far away as I can. I try and keep the elbow locked into position. Now, her weight's on me, which means, no, that's okay. Her weight's on me, right? So if I control the bottom leg, this will stop Emma from stepping over my body to pass the guard. Like if I'm down here, Emma's just simply step around. You know, and she can like now go for the guard passing. This happens quite a lot on my platters where, and then, you know, all my frame systems on the wrong side. So if we start to have a look at the distance management where Emma's standing up and she's got, so she's got the leg controlled from here. The part from underneath it is she's got control. So by moving my hips here, it allows me to get some control, and I'm simply going to grab. Now, the common reaction on the platter is I'm going to go super slow from here. Is Emma will try and power out of this. So as she sits up, my job is I'm going to go backwards with her. So I'm going to use this momentum to come over the top and come up. Right. I have the arm. I'm on my partner. I'm going to wait to get my sweep points. Ian, come here please, mate. So Ian stood inside my guard. His knee rides on the side, so his knee rides on the outside. So I understand my knee's in danger for brown belt and black belt level, like it's a knee bar. So I'm going to rescue by taking my foot out. This is the hardest part because their weight's generally on me. So weight comes out. What I like to do from here is I like to start on the platter. So what I'm kind of trying to do is I'm trying to curl and put weight down on my partner from here. I do stop them from stepping over by blocking this zone here. What the most common thing is, Ian's going to realise it's on my platter and he's going to posture up. As I posture up, right, I can re-grip to the leg if I want to. If you've got a really good core, think about this way, sis. I bring my knees together. I don't come on the outside, I don't take it wide. I bring my knees together. I walk my feet, and I start to come around the other side and just put weight onto it. So this is a basic way of doing it. To make this work nice and easy is, if my leg's bent, I'm not going to be able to force my partner to the ground. If my leg's straight, it actually starts to push my partner down. Right? So if we go the momentum from here, stop my partner from coming over the top, swing, pop, and you see this actually going to start the momentum to be able to take my partner over. We will go to a scramble, but as long as I keep the shoulder pinned to the ground, it's hard for my partner to get up. The more that you come up onto your shoulders, the better it is for me to drive over. The more I'm on my lower back, the harder it is.
Is there an armbar available there?
100%. Armbar, triangle choke. This is open up Pandora's box as far as what we can do. But today it's kind of more about like, this is the hardest move we're going to do today. Right, this is the hardest one. So what I'm saying is, for me, I can't get my knee through because Ian's got the control, should have the control. So by taking this out, right, and now I don't try and swing, I try and come up. here. Now, the more I'm up onto my shoulders, the more that this is better to take the weight off my partner.
So hamstring curl down.
Okay, this is the most difficult move you're going to do possibly all week. Right? But it's just going to give you guys a worst case scenario. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so Ian stands up inside my guard, so hands onto my belt, close guard, stands up inside my guard. 1, 2, just stand straight up, boom, 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 okay? So traditional back sweep, grab the legs. Make sure your hands are on the outside, make sure your hands are not on the inside for this one here. Okay, the reason being is, go slowly. If Ian steps backwards, I can actually arm by myself, because my arm can get caught, right? So it's on the outside. Secondly, because I want to hold the legs in position, I'm not pulling them. The first time I ever got told this was, I keep my legs closed, I drop my hips down. The downfall about it is with the advent of the new modern ankle locks, I'm pretty much dropping my heels to the ground and I'm giving my partner the ability to ankle lock me. And we both get to the ankle lock position. So it becomes this kind of like, you know, both hanging on. So the new gen on this one was that when I drop my feet in, what I'm going to do is I bring my feet inside. So my feet come into the hips and my knees to my chest. I'm going to go super slow. Right, I can either move to the sleeves or keep the legs. It makes zero difference now. What I want to do is I want to pull my hand forwards to keep his weight forwards. Right, so pull forward, and as I lift. So this is going to give me the ability to put my partner with my legs in the zone, because I can kick. I'm not kicking my partner away, but I'm elevating, and now I can start to feed the legs to a position where his legs are no longer part of the, he can't attack my legs. So how's that feel? Ian?
It's like, wow, am I going to end up with a Tyrone thing?
A Tyrone thing?
Yeah, he loves it.
Tyrone thing. He does a lot of things. Okay. So number one is to stop them from stepping backwards. I let go of the sleeves here, and my feet go straight to the hips. Right. Second thing is this: if my partner goes, they're going to fall over. So I'm going to take the sweep anyway. So what I generally do is I try and pull forward, and I'm trying to put my hips underneath my partner. The most common reactions that people try and generally hold onto your head, which is better for me anyway. You know, or hold on to the gate. Like, yeah, you've got a good grip. Now, I'm going to go down. So now, this gives me the ability to actually lift my partner. And I can place them kind of wherever I want to place them now. But I've got to make sure that when I push them, is that I'm kicking and I disengage. So this is going to put me into a far better position as far as attacking the legs, where he doesn't get access to my legs. This is kind of the new modern back sweep. If you're not into your legs, it's a leg parry. So just leg parry, come up to guard pass one. So either you attack the legs or you pass guard, it's irrelevant, you still have the same option. One more time, jump up in. So if you watch the small subtle nuance, I love that word, nuance. So, close guard, stands up, legs first please, feet. And let them kind of do what they want to do from here. So for me to make this work is I'll need my partner's weight kind of over me. It doesn't matter if it's not, because I'll just kick them backwards. Okay, so head goes backwards, pull in, elevate. So you've got the ability to kind of put your partner wherever you want. Kick, if you need to, disengage so that there's no attack on my legs, so I'll keep my legs here, and I need to go past mode. Change partners, so on your size, 1, 2, 3. So from here, full guard, close guard, stands up, and one, this, I need this. I can't have him stepping backwards, that's the number one thing, right? So 1, 2. What I'm saying is, if you're kicking backwards now, right, you're not going to get any purchase on the sweep. So what I try and do is I try and pull my partner, but what I'm doing is I'm shuffling my hips nice and deep under. So I'm trying to get as much compression as I can with my knees to my chest. Right. Number 2, head goes backwards and just slowly elevate. So you've got this ability to keep your partner where you want. Right. Choose where you want. So for me is I bend my knees. Now, legs come on the side. Keep the leg. So this is a far. So what I'm saying is people are trying to kick first before they take them up. The reason being is jump back up. So the front sweep or the head-to-toe sweep, right, is a far better option for you when they grab. So let me explain. We're going to go super slow. So same deal again. Full guard, close guard. Wrist stands up. 1, 2. Control. Feet come under from here. Wrist grabs hold of my collar. Okay, so slow motion. Watch carefully. Pull my butt underneath my partner, so every day I'm shuffling underneath my partner. Okay, release to my chest, elevate. Okay, hand goes across the face. Switch to my arm bar. So anytime that my partner's hands on the inside holding my putter, this is an arm bar. So the beautiful thing about the back swings are almost pike because they're going to go, I don't want to get swept, so they're going to back. They're going to give me the arm bar. And because they're elevated, they can't let go because they're going to get swept. It's just really curious because it's like, well, I'll let go and get swept or I'll hold on, but the arm bar's a fast transition because you're almost dropping into the arm bar. So I'm moving them into the arm bar so it can make transition to the arm bar. Grab the step again, please. So you can see this. We can just stand if you want to stop. So once again, so from here is I've got the controls, legs. The hardest part from here is that. That's a hard. So it's almost like like the arm is in perfect arm bar position. Head onto the ground. This was to deny him from putting my head up. Like so, I want to get my head onto the ground. Slow motion is pull forwards, elevate from here. Now, because the arms here is, I just go one hand goes across, open up my leg, just drop them straight into the arm bar. And the arm bar's deep, like it is so, and because they're kind of falling, they almost want to stop the, yeah, you know what I mean? So that fear of landing on your head and breaking your neck, etc., like overrides the ability of the arm bar. Ed, come in, I'll do it to you just so you can feel what you're going to be doing. Who's your partner?
I was looking to say.
All right. Okay. So stand. So here again. So will you take the leg so he can't back step number one? Okay. Now, and I'll shuffle. So I bring it underneath. My head goes on the ground. So if Ian does go to get head control, I was locked into position. Okay. So slow motion. I bring my knees to my chest and slowly elevate in. Now from here, my right hand goes across my left hand and hold it onto it. I slowly take the leg out. So back sweep will go to the arm bar, and if I put the arm out, it will go to the arm bar, will go to the back sweep. But we need to have a partner above us to do either one of these. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so once again is Ian stood up inside my full guard. From here, as I'm going to grab, Ian steps back with one of his feet and I only get control of one. Right, so we're going to do the Kung Fu sweep. This one, I'll talk about my hand position in a second. Okay, so we're going to do a side thrust kick into our partner. So 1, 2, from here, hook the leg. Make sure it as deep, so I don't want this lazy. This one has to be as deep as we possibly can. And my heels turned on the outside, my foot's turned, toes turned on the inside. I generally want to control the sleeve. I'm going to bring this foot to the ground. I'm going to side thrust kick with this. And there's knee bars and all that here as well, but it's more about at the moment just getting to the top position to take the sweep. I'm not overly fussed about the knee bar or anything, but I just want to get the points. So we're going to come up to the top position. It's a side thrust kick. The question will be what happens when part sits backwards and they're not, they've got good balance. I'll explain that in a second. So Ian stands up again. So the transition would be that I have from here, as I let go, he steps back with one leg, I get control, right? So the common habit is people try and do it this way. The issue is if Ian pushes the leg off, he gets access to, right. So I've got to make the small transition where where I'm here, is I distance manage 1 and 2 and turn. So hook it, I'll cover this motion in a second. So it's a side thrust kick. My foot is definitely going this way. I generally want this, control him as a general that hold on to it. So as I side thrust kick this one, hooks in nice and deep, and I side thrust kick. If Ian starts to step backwards with his right leg to counter it, all I do is I start to come up from behind and use this to sweep. So I've got, it's the same mechanic as we did from the seated half guard, but we have the ability to move around our partner. Okay, Ian, back over here please. So the mechanics, the small mechanics to make sure we get from the back sweep to the side thrust kick. Okay. So full guard, control, and look, you know, steps backwards from here. So what I want to do is get the control, foot on hip first. Turn, switch. So foot on hip, kick to distance manage, come through, kick and grip. Now, if I can't get that, right, I need a collar or a sleeve from me before I do this. If I can't get it, we're going to do what we did in the class last week, which is be sit up and we're straight here. So this time we have the control. So hook the foot, side thrust kick, 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 kick. So Ian's got amazing balance. So it's that step backwards with this. Okay. So all we're going to do from here is just, I don't have to swap my hands, just swap my feet, pull backwards. So take this way. So if you don't get the first feet, we've got the ability to swing behind and go like an X and take their feet out from underneath them. Okay. 1, 2, 3. So the action, go for my back sweep from here. So the way that we deal with it is Ian lifts his foot up, kicks his foot forwards and steps over my hand to kick to grip back. Every time that Ian tries to pull his foot backwards, it's a sweep territory. Right. So Ian lifts his foot up, steps backwards from here. Now, what's happened is this is I'm struggling to get to the position to do the side thrust kick. He's got the control on me. So I'm going to go outside and inside. So from here, I'm going to go outside and inside. Now, think about it this way, it says, I'm going to jelly leg him. So this pushes down, I'll just grip the legs. Like an X guard, like I've got a nice little X. From here, we've got two choices. The way that I know like to do this is I like to roll backwards. Second choice. Ian jumps up, you're doing great buddy, thank you. Is from here, so Ian steps backwards, okay, so here, if I can get this foot, I can now go back in. So this is your distance management foot. So let's just say I'm here and Ian's got the control of my legs and I'm having a lot of issues with this. So I was pushing it this way, so I'm going to go with it. Understand that the most common response is that my partner will use his left knee to knee smash to this side, other side. That's the most common, like knee smash calf pass or knee slice calf pass. So as long as I can get the foot through from here. So the more that Ian tries to knee smash calf pass, the more I'm behind. So the more I get control to turn my partner, you have control where he's going. So it's more about controlling the free knee. Right, so one more time. So, steps backwards, go do my side thrust kick, but it's got control of the knee, so I'm having trouble with this. So, 1, 2, 3. I genuinely want to sit up, get control. As Ian tries to knee smash guard pass, I just need to extend and then go backside on me, pushing up, turning. Question, best coach, what happens if he passes guard the other side? Okay, we'll deal with that. So Ian stands up. So what happens if Ian chooses to open up the legs to pass his knee to this side here? As he does that, he's pretty much just going with him because he's going to take his own weight. Right. So it's a little bit complex, but I need the squeeze on the far leg. That's the hardest thing. Once you've got the squeeze on the leg, you can take them left or right side. 1, 2, 3. And so